afternoon and good evening. Welcome to the Final Round podcast, coming to you live here from the Empire Dragway Banquet. Excited to have all of you along with us for the ride here as we recognize all of the Empire Dragway 2017 champions. We're going to be recognizing our Mustangs on Mustangs champions. We're also going to be taking a look at the Western New York Super Rod Association champions. Not part of the banquet tonight, but in full support of what we got going on here tonight. The Gas Racing Series on hand in full song. Awesome to be a part of it. This place is jam-packed. I'll give you a look at what the room is and what we are contending with. The facility absolutely mobbed here as we get ready to recognize all of our champions. Over 200 people jamming into this facility. We are coming to you again live from the Empire Dragway Banquet at the Genesee River Restaurant and Reception Center here in Mount Morris. This region rife with history, as we were learning from our local historian,
mayoral candidate.
Yeah, he had a lot of information to share with us. No question.
He did a lot of interesting tidbits for sure.
Jason Oldfield joining me here. He's going to be recognizing some of his champions a little bit later on.
I would say fix my mic because I'm still a rookie here.
Little bit. But nonetheless, the big news has been breaking this weekend. We already the big news here locally was the transition to the 8th mile. We've talked about that sort of in detail at this point, to where I think pretty much everybody knows what the situation is in terms of working with the 8th mile versus the quarter mile. I heard you having a conversation with Jerry, the owner of Empire Dragway, a little bit ago about what the Western New York Super Rod Association is going to be doing. Conversely, the news on the national level, Englishtown closing up because they are going to instead store cars. It is more lucrative to store cars at that facility than it is to drive dragsters down the facility.
Yeah, that's I have to say that particular tidbit of news is really, really difficult to swallow. Englishtown really is a historic track. I forget how many years they had said consecutively that it's been open. It's been something around 50 years that it's been in operation from a drag racing standpoint. Unbelievably, they are going to continue to race there. They have a dirt track there. They have, I think, a go-kart track.
It's a kart track, the drift track, and the road course.
Right, and all that stuff is going to remain open. It's only the drag strip that is going to cease operations, and that's really a difficult pill to swallow, honestly. Not just for myself, but for a lot of drag racing fanatics out there. The fact that, like you said, it's more lucrative from a business standpoint to store cars on the property than it is to hold drag races, and it's disappointing for sure.
And that topic right there that you just hit on is there's a history already established there. During Hurricane Sandy, they had previously stored flood cars there.
That's right.
And it was basically an offer come across the table that Englishtown couldn't refuse.
Right. Yeah. It's and to a certain extent, as a business person, I can't necessarily fault them for making that business decision. Unfortunately, the track now is under the operation of the children of the Knapp family. And, I think it was Vinnie Knapp, if I remember correctly, was the patriarch of the family, and he was a big drag racing enthusiast. So he wasn't as concerned about the total bottom line as the kids are. And from the kids' standpoint, my guess is it's a lot less work and a lot less maintenance on the facility to just use it as a storage facility.
I got to believe that your overhead's a lot lower. If the insurance company is using your facility to store cars, I bet there's not a lot of insurance tied with it.
I would have to agree with that. My guess is that it's, hey, you know what, if insurance-wise, you're on your own, right?
You don't have to worry about selling hot dogs.
That's right. Yeah, the cars don't care about the condition of the grandstands or the restrooms or whether there's weeds growing up and doing those types of things. It's still very, very disappointing, and it's I will say that it's really just a testament even more to the fact of what Jerry and Claire Escacia have done at Empire, putting money into the track and, trying to grow the facility here as compared to saying, hey, you know what, this land might be more valuable to us as leasing it as farmland. I mean, who knows? I don't know. But I'm just glad that we have a great place to race here in Western New York.
Could they make it an airport, land cars on it? It's not wide enough, right?
Well, I guess I don't know. I'm not an aviation expert, so I guess I don't know what could be done. I mean, it is a fairly long shutdown, a 3,000-foot shutdown, quarter-mile track. I mean, a mile. I mean, you could certainly land small planes on that track.
The answer, of course, is no, because we want to keep it open as a drag strip.
Oh, that's certainly sure. That's certainly for sure. Yes. Yeah. It's clearly much too bad a condition to use as an airport.
Clearly.
So just leave it as a drag strip.
Clearly, who would ever want to run air traffic control out of a brand new concession stand?
Right. Yeah. Among other things, I mean, new 8th mile pavement as well. I mean, as part of the announcement, obviously, to go to 8th mile, they have completely put down brand new concrete for the first full 8th mile of the track. And like I said, Jerry came over to me earlier tonight and asked with the Western New York Super Rod Association, what we were going to be running, and we've already agreed that on Saturdays when they're running their 8th mile program, that we will run 8th mile along with everybody else. It's just much too difficult for them to have 2 different track preps for only one class. And we're, again, grateful that we have someplace great to race like Empire, and they've been really, really good to us over the years. So we'll race 8th mile on Saturdays, and then come Sundays, when they have some of their quarter-mile tracks or events, that's when we'll run quarter-mile as well.
So everybody anxiously awaiting Patrick Budd to take his position at the control tower, as it were, up there, and he'll be presenting all the awards. That's scheduled to begin at 8 o'clock. Dinner already done and completed. Moving things right along at a pretty efficient rate here. Ron Rigby had a great display. Your car was among them, featured on the 160-some photos that he had up there on display. A lot of junior dragsters, a lot of Mustangs.
Yeah,
some great photography.
Yeah, and I'm surprised they don't have, I guess they don't want to take away from the main show. Maybe that's why they took the slideshow down at this point in time. But I see Ron over there setting up the camera for the main festivities here. We're just finishing up with dinner, and like you mentioned, I mean, I'm really surprised. I know it was pretty busy here last year, but I believe there are more people here this year than there were last year. Us in the Western New York Super Rod Association, we're pretty well represented. We have 4 of the top 5 in points. I guess if you want to include myself, 5 of the top 6. I'm not exactly sure if there's anybody else here. I haven't been able to see everybody in the room because we've been kind of busy setting up here. But overall, it's between ourselves and, like I said, the Mom Series, the Gasser Racing Series is here, and there's a whole bunch of hardware that they're going to be handing out between those series and at Empire too. I mean, there's, I will say, 4 tables probably set up of hardware over there. Some pretty nice trophies as well.
Yeah, at least 4. Yeah, at least 4, plus the door prizes.
Plus the door prizes as well, which I didn't get in on. I don't know if you got a chance to buy any tickets, but we're probably going to be excluded from that. But that's part of, I guess, what part of the price you pay to be a superstar on the internet, I guess.
I guess so. Not quite as ultra knowledgeable as our local historian that has stopped by for a little while.
Entertaining for sure.
Yeah, it's what we kept being told.
You always meet some interesting people everywhere you go. That's for sure.
Hey, pass those over real quick. It's just off camera. I don't know if anybody can see it or not. First of all, congratulations, by the way. At one point earlier today, Jason had lost his leather-bound, I don't know, I guess your journal. What is that? Your
well, I guess I would just call it my legal pad. That's what I keep all my notes on.
It was gone, so we didn't know who won what points, who was getting what trophies, who was getting anything. It was pretty chaotic here for a little while, but we found it on a seat over there near where we.
And all the Western New York Super Rod Association checks were in there as well. So
we were worried about.
We almost had a catastrophe on our hands.
We were worried about who was going to walk away with the decals, but the checks, nobody will take those.
Right? Yeah. No, I'm sure nobody was going to forge any signatures.
These are the infamous tire plugs from last year. This is the entire case minus one, of course, which is a tire that has since been disposed of.
And I don't know if Richie is here. I haven't seen him. Last year, the 470 guys were here as well. And we happened to luck out when you got the flat tire. And Richie had this
pack right here.
That pack of tire plugs in his truck. I don't think the 470 guys are here this year, so I haven't seen Richie. I'm going to have to keep my eyes out open for him, though, because if he is here, we're going to make sure that we get him back. He'll find that, I think, pretty interesting that we have the exact pack for him.
I got this for him, too.
So we got a brand new set.
Brand new with tires, with rubber cement.
That is very nice.
It's pretty high end.
That is pretty high end. That's pretty nice. Well, he'll appreciate that for sure.
$4.96, I believe.
I will, when we go to, I guess I won't call it when we go to break, but when we break away to the festivities, I'll text Richie to see if I can find out where he's at and see if he's here.
If nothing else, you got to return those to him. That'd be funny. He'd get a kick out of it.
Well, hopefully we can get out of here without having you as with a flat tire this year. That would be nice.
Side note, this pack here, I bought a second one, put it in the back of my car just in case.
That's probably a good idea, right?
It went with the other. I got probably 30 plugs now in the back of the car, and two of the different tools, just to be ready for anything that might come our way.
I will say it's funny you mention it, just because of the fact that I travel quite a bit for my job, and I was thinking the other day that as I was thinking about these tire plugs, it probably wouldn't be the worst idea in the world for me to have a tire plug kit in my glove box.
Wouldn't hurt. I'm sure it wouldn't hurt.
No, it definitely wouldn't hurt. One of these days, you're going to get stuck for sure. I mean, I have to say, I don't know the last time that I pulled the spare out of my vehicle and checked the pressure on the spare in my car. And, traveling all over, you might be getting a call one day when I'm down in Ithaca or something. Hey, can you come rescue me, please? Because I got a flat and no spare. So, like I said, wouldn't be the worst idea in the world to carry one of those around with me.
Yeah, you should definitely get one of those. So we're looking at the grand champion of Empire Dragway is going to be crowned tonight, officially coronated. The names have been released here for a little while. It's been out there, and people know what they're getting into. This evening we've got the youth division champion, the junior dragsters, and one of our junior dragsters at Empire ended up winning some national acclaim.
Yes, that is, I believe that Paige Montgomery, so I mean, she was on the show last year when we were here, and so I mean, I don't know how many years in a row now that she's the junior dragster champion, and I know they have an A and a B champion. I think that's, I know she explained it to us all last year. I think it's an age group thing. I think you have an A and a B, depending, split by ages. But I think she's been the A champion now multiple years in a row. She has gone on the road and won multiple huge races, junior dragster races across the country. And I don't know if she ended up being IHRA's last junior dragster world champion or not, but she's really impressive from an overall performance standpoint in the junior dragsters. Her dad, Sean, has his full-size dragster, I'm sure, sitting on the sidelines waiting for her to jump in. She's just been unbelievable. She's been extremely good.
Ron Dean with the bike sled division and the Empire Dragway Grand Champion. We're going to be seeing him in a little while. Paige Montgomery, as you alluded to, a junior A and the world champion in the class. Matthew Vogler in the junior B championship. Sam Capizzi Jr., the street champion. John Sira Jr. is the pro champion. Don Keuchel, the super pro champion. So going to be hearing from each of those individuals, plus the Mustangs on Mustangs, the Mom Series. We're hearing from them, and also going to be hearing from the champions.
And I will say,
albeit I anticipate short words from the champions with the Western New York Super Rod Association. All of them indicating tonight that things would be kept short and sweet.
I will say that, so number 2 in the points this year for Western New York Super Rod Association was Lance Pino. And if Lance was accepting the hardware as the overall champ, you might be in for a bit of a more lengthy speech. But Harry Phelps is definitely the kind of guy who walks softly and carries a big stick at the track. So yeah, I believe that it's going to be pretty short and sweet. I hope that we can convince Harry to at least say a couple of words to everybody when he gets up and collects his hardware now for the second year in a row.
He's finally getting his due, really. I mean, last year with not having a banquet it certainly was due diligence and due justice for him to
Yep.
not only double up and win that, but to finally give him the opportunity to be recognized.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. I have to say I feel bad the fact that we weren't able to have a banquet last year, and I may have mentioned this on the air previously. I don't know if I did or not, but Lance Pinto, being the really stand-up guy that he was, came to me on the last day of the last race of the season when he still had a chance to win, and said to me, I really hope that Harry walks away as the grand champion, because he didn't feel like he got his due last year having a banquet. And he's like, if he walks away as champ this year, he'll be able to get to have his due.
Right.
And I mean, that's pretty darn cool to have another competitor to say that. And he came up to me afterwards and told me again he was very happy to see that Harry ended up being the champion. And our banquets that we had previously were much smaller than this. So yeah,
There's a lot of people here.
There's a lot of people here. So Harry's certainly going to have an opportunity to be in the spotlight in front of a lot of people if that's what he'd like to do. So
look at a couple of gentlemen from Western New York Super Rod Association that you introduced me to a little bit earlier. Kurt over there in the gray sweater.
Kirk Perry, correct, number 5 finisher this year. I don't know if Kirk has missed a race for the Western New York Super Rod Association races, and he has not finished in the top 5 until this year. And this year, at the very last race of the season, pulled a runner-up finish, losing to Harry Phelps in the final. But that runner-up finish propelled him past myself into the number 5 spot. So congratulations to Kirk. It's he works on his car really just unbelievable amount to try and get that Pinto down the track, and he's done a great job, and he's gotten it to the point now where it's a contender.
Patrick Budd is looking for some answers right now, as I see, because his microphone that he's got on top of the stand is not patched into the PA system. And that wasn't quite, I didn't think that was registering to him when we were talking about it, and we just watched it happen. So he's just about ready to go up there. We just saw him testing the microphone. So that is one of the upgrades over last year from where we are at our vantage point for the Empire Dragway Banquet here in Mount Morris at the Genesee River Restaurant and Reception Center. Is hopefully we'll be able to hear everybody that's presenting awards and accepting awards.
Yeah.
We've got some microphones rigged up wirelessly so that we can hopefully present that to everybody. You can hear all that discussion and conversation and the stories, anecdotal stuff.
That's right.
That's forthcoming here as we begin handing out the hardware. And trophies this year look great. I mean, they got the double piston awards for Empire on top of the Ironman awards. It was pretty good looking trophies.
Right. Yeah, there are some pretty good looking trophies, and I have to say I want to ask Jerry where he got those trophies from, because they are really quite nice. That's guy's gonna be taking home some nice pieces to put up on their mantle for sure. There's no doubt about it. And I mean, last year, I have to say, it was the first year that we had the podcast was, I don't know, months old at that point in time, and it was the first time
measure it in weeks.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it was every other week at that point.
Right. And it was the first time that we attempted to do this, and we had a bunch of people that I talked to afterwards that were really appreciative and watched live with us, and were really happy that we were able to broadcast live. But I think that, like I said, take that as a learning experience. Year 2, we'll make a little bit of improvements, and I expect that hopefully we'll do a little bit even better come year 3.
A little better elements right now too. Not to knock what we did last year, but I think being able to show everybody the award winners and get the words and thoughts from them too, I think it'll help it a lot.
No, it'll be, like I said, it'll be very nice. Last year we were reliant upon the PA system to be able to hear, and I know that you could kind of barely hear people talking because of the way that the microphones were set up. But yeah, this year we've tested it out, and should be worked really great with.
Should be famous last words.
Well, I guess we'll find out.
In the
who
event
knows?
the battery does die up there, we'll know about it only because we can't hear anybody anymore. So that being the case, we'll have to run up there and change out the batteries in the middle of a work presentation.
So when you see Chris scurrying up to the podium like a madman to change batteries, you know what's going on.
We've got them staged already. Right there in a pile.
Right. Yeah, we should be. I think we'll be good. It'll be a good show, and overall, I think everyone's going to enjoy it. I'm looking forward to. I don't know when I'm going to go up either. I don't know when I'm going to get a chance to present. My guess is that I will probably go very early in the program.
You'll just have to force yourself up there.
But so when I disappear from the camera, you know it's my turn.
Right. We'll make sure we keep the camera trained up there.
Yes. Yeah. So we have some neat camera tricks hopefully planned for this year too. So hopefully it'll give us a little bit more of a professional presentation for this year. I see Patrick up at the podium. He must be getting close here, I think. I say Jerry Scatia is up there with Pat Budd. So Pat's now got almost 1 full year in. I mean, he was the MC here last year, and I want to say that was potentially putting in some part-time work for the track last year, and now officially is full-time track manager, I guess we'll call him, and he's done a really good job overall, helping us basically get this track run efficiently, and he's been a help to us. Certainly, he's been on the show multiple times, letting us know what's going on. There you can see Jerry talking to the mayor of Mount Morris, and here comes Mr. Budd right now.
We'll set up over there because I have no power here.
Yep.
I'm just
sounds like
no issues.
We always use that. I have no idea. So I'm gonna.
I would say it sounds like we're going to be making some adjustments here, and it's actually going to be for the better for us. It's going to be for the much better for us.
We try to be as invisible as possible when we come to these things, but at the same time, there's definitely different situations where we want things to play out our way, and this is starting to go that direction.
So now we have one set of balloons that we're going to have to move, but it's flux, I guess. But yeah, I mean, this will work out actually a little bit nicer for everybody at home because we're going to be a little bit closer overall to where the podium's going to be and where the presentations are going to be. So it should work out pretty well, I hope, for everybody at home to be able to see a little bit better than what we had before, which was on the podium on the opposite side of the room. If nothing else, at least we'll be able to see a little bit better. So we're just about, I think, just about getting ready to go here. We're testing microphones out and should work out pretty well. And I think overall, we certainly will have less of an issue with regards to microphones cutting out as well.
We're hoping so. We're hoping so. We got.
I say we got some centerpieces. Some centerpieces moved, so we have a nice shot right to the podium.
Ladies, gentlemen, children of all ages.
You should be able to hear Patrick a little bit there. We'll have to adjust that some.
I feel like I'm in a banana republic with all of these microphones here.
All right, we're going to turn it over to Patrick.
Can we go up a little bit? Thanks. All right, we want to remind everybody that we've got 50/50 tickets for sale, as well as what? What? We got to be louder.
I'm working on it.
All right in the back of my head. We got 50/50 tickets for sale, and we're still doing the raffle for a season pass. So if you're interested in that, it's in the back. Dorothy will help you out with that.
How's that level? I don't think I can go anymore.
Yep. First of all, we want to introduce some of your Empire Dragway staff, in case you don't know who they are. Clara Scatia. She's going to be your awards coordinator. Clara. Jerry's going to be handling the presentation of awards, especially since we moved the podium over here and it's all over there. So that ought to work great. I want to thank our announcer in training, Zachary Besaw. I want to thank Emily Whaley, our office assistant. Our prize money distribution manager, that's a mouthful, it's Trisha White. Clara's right-hand man, Carson Scatia. Gate personnel, Tammy DeSalvo, Nate Cooley, Connor Scatia, Carly Scatia, and Ethan Doran. The tech inspectors are Davey Markle, Rick Ewan, and I'm Patrick. Yay. All right, we've got your starters. Dick Gosley, this is his, 28th year in service. Davey Markle, Mike Morin, your ET slip folk, Tina Cavalier, Marianne Russell, sorry Marianne, Gopher, Jerry Scatia II, Burnout Box, Jeffrey Thacker Sr. We want to thank Jeff, who's not here tonight, for giving us a lot of help and a lot of energy down in that part of the track this year. Our EMT, who is an RN, love to say that. Fuel sales, we all know Pat. The concession stand folks, Mike Mannix, Jackie Skasha, Jennifer Skasha, Erica Semmel, Robin Willand. The consultants, Bush Leone, Pablo Rivera. Your designer, Twisted Stitches, and Cheryl Leone, along with Randy Shiverton. Well, I can't, what do you want me to do? I can't hear anything. Do you want to do it now? No. No.
Get real metal.
This is the goddamn table I need to be sitting next to right now. So.
Just take the wireless microphone and dance in the center. Come on, you guys are still here at the racetrack. I come right there, somebody can yell at me.
That's just our relationship, dude. You're like my first wife.
Some of the challenges that you're seeing right now is they're trying to get the sound to go through the expanse of this room. It is such a large room, such a large facility, that they're having trouble getting everybody front to back able to hear what Patrick Budd is talking about. So they're adjusting some speakers right now because of some feedback on their end. So they're getting that situated right now, so we can carry on with our awards presentations. Patrick again starting this year, recognizing all the staff at Empire, and what better way to kick it off? You know what I mean? To recognize all the folks. Some of these guys have been active with the track for 20, 25, even longer. 20, 25 years, even longer.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, it's I have to say, I mean, they really are an integral role overall to, the operation of the track, right? I mean, Jerry and Pat are two parts of it, but on top of that, then you have all the people behind the scenes, the girls that work in the tower, the people at the front gate, the girls that work down at the timing booth, and I'm probably sounding sexist because I'm calling them girls, women, ladies.
Yeah, a little.
But it is what it is, I guess. But just really great people, extremely helpful. I have to say that overall, just have really good experiences working with all of them. Patrick, Patrick works in the fuel booth. I mean, just again, really good people overall that work at the track. So I would say we still have the podium up there. Yes, we do still have a podium. So we haven't lost.
All right. Double checking. Sounds like everything's good to go. We're going to turn it back over to Patrick.
No. Well, Ian's got his thumb down just to have his thumb down, I think. Okay, where are we at? All right, special thanks to some of our sponsors, JPR Trailer, John and Lynn Rodriguez, Life Storage, Mr. Andy Gregory, thanks for coming along and helping us out this year. Do we have a plaque for Andy? Okay, unfortunately, he's not here. We want to thank one of the sponsors we have here that's been with us for quite a long time, Bob Jaws, sponsoring the 470 class. You got something? All right, Jerry's got something for you. Bob, come on up if you would. I don't know if he's. I know, honey.
That's your biblical cord there yet?
Well,
Yeah, but you can't hear it.
the wireless. I don't know what you'll have to. Yeah. I just know it didn't work.
Try that. Huh? See how that is. Right at the edge.
We're going to try this one more time. Is that any better over there before we try a whole nother move? All right. All right, now, the 10-5, 585 Outlaws, Steve Mills and Randy Jewell. If you guys would come up, we'd greatly appreciate it. I can't see Jerry from here, but we got something for those guys. All right, we've got a couple of special achievement awards for the 10-5 deal. As much for keeping their junk together and not blowing holes in the side of it as anything. We had a little bit of carnage this year. That would be Chris Scarlotta and Josh Mills. We got a couple things up here for you. So if Steve and Randy would get over back that way, we can get Chris and Josh to stand up. You've had enough to drink. You can make it happen. All right, next up, I don't know if John Patterson's in the house, but we do want to thank P&J Clark Rigging Rental. Last but not least, these guys, I know they're in the house. Mr. Dave and Renee Finaro, if you guys would come up. Lakeview Construction, not Lakeside Construction, but Lakeview Construction.
Testing, testing. I think this is going to be better for you. Try it.
Is this better? Is this any better over there, or no?
She might turn it up. I'll just keep on working on it.
Did we get Dave and Renee to come on up? There they are.
I think it's interfering.
We want to say a special thank you to Frank Benes from all of us at Empire for your dedication and your allegiance to the track. You have been keeping the place beautiful and patriotic for a lot of years, and we greatly appreciate it. I don't know if you're here or not, but we've got an award for you.
I couldn't make it.
Couldn't make it, unfortunately. We want to thank Frank. That's the guy that's always on the bike. You see the picture on the side of the tower. We're thanking Frank through the year. Yeah, he's good people. All right, here's some of the scheduled things that we have going on. April 21st and 22nd will be our first swap meet and test and tune. On June 15th, 16th, 17th, and 18th will be our inaugural race. Inaugural what? Oh, it's our first points race. July 27th, 8th, and 9th, the Gold Cup weekend. In August, the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, we're going to have the MAG $1 race. There will be more details announced on that, but trust me when I tell you, it's big. It's big. And 9/15 and 9/16, we're going to have our first annual Sportsman Nationals, trying to fill in a void that the IHRA left behind when they went to strictly box, no box. And we will have the $5,000 box, no box component for 2 days. So that'll be part of that event. Gates open, same deal, Fridays at 5, racing starts at 6. A little bit of difference with the juniors, is it? Nope, same. Gate starts at 11 a.m. We're going to open them up. Time trials at 2. Racer gate at 2. Racing starts at 5 to 6 p.m. depending upon time trials and how long it takes to get through them. Okay, now Jerry, you got a sec. Jerry, where'd you go, Jerry? Jerry. Because we were going to have somebody kind of help us out with the new junior dragster stuff, and that person is not here. So I was wondering if you could help me with that. Young man didn't make his way here, and I'm sorry, I'm not 100% up on what he was going to say.
So briefing everybody a little bit on a new process.
All right,
for
so the
the
rules were in your
dragsters.
handout. Thank you for that. Now we've got some, the new and improved setup. Now we've got some winners here. Junior A, 4th place, Jeff Thacker Jr., who is not here, unfortunately. 3rd place in Junior A, Anthony Vogler. You here, Anthony?
I think Anthony's making his way up to the Empire Dragway sign with Jerry Scatia to get his picture taken and accept his hardware.
And there we have it. Give it up for Brooke Adams next. Thank you, Anthony. Brooke Adams, second place in Junior A. Brooke, are you here tonight? There she goes. Okay, let's see, your first place champion, Paige Montgomery. Come on up, Paige.
Talked a little bit about Paige earlier, accepting her championship hardware, at least for the second year in a row. Making her way up to get her very nice custom trophy.
What?
Looks like Paige is going to say a couple of words for us.
I wasn't ready.
I'm sure she's got a few people to thank, including her parents.
Which one?
Just go right in the middle.
This, okay. Okay, so I'm not prepared, not ready. So I gotta think of something real quick. So it was an amazing year. Me and my dad, my mom, we became IHRA world champions, and that's a big deal. My dad spent almost all of his paychecks working on my car. Also, shout out to Craw, because we did have a problem at the beginning of the year, and he fixed it within a week, and we were out the next week racing. That was a big deal. So for next year, I don't know what's really going to happen, because I'm a senior, we're looking at college, but I will be starting season, hopefully finishing it. But that means that all you juniors, I'm expecting you to step it up and come up here and be up here next year. So thank you, everyone.
Good job.
Thank you.
You're doing great too.
Thanks, man. Now we're going to roll into our Junior Bs. Fourth place, Brody Henrich, excuse me. Is that supposed to be Heinrich, like the Chevy dealer? That's what I thought, but you don't have the E. I got it. All right, third place in Junior B, Holly Church.
Is this okay for you? Do you feel comfortable? Is this okay?
Oh, yeah.
It's hard. That's all. I tried this.
Second place, Junior B, Damon for Joan. Okay, so the easy, thank you. Damon Forgione. He's not here. He's here. Oh, absolutely. If you guys want to say thank you to your folks or any of the crew people that you've got or anybody that's here, feel free. Come on up and you can talk in the stick. It's pretty easy. And our Junior B, first place, our champion, Matthew Vogler. Oh, I'm meant. I like to play with my stick. All right, we're going to start talking about some big boys and their toys. Super Pro. Folks in Oak Orchard Concrete Super Pro. 5th place is a two-way tie. Mike Reed and Tom Fletcher. It says Tom. Yours says Tim, this says Tom. I don't think either one of them's here, so.
So we don't know whether it's Tim or Thomas. There's a little bit of question here, but regardless, I don't know if either of them are here. I'll tell you when they walk up, but
all right, 4th place,
one of them,
Jason
legendary
Parrish,
son of local sportsman drag racer Dan Fletcher, winningest sportsman racer in the history of NHRA. 2017 notched his 100th NHRA national event win. Now stands at 102 wins, I believe. Jason Parrish accepting his award from Jerry Scatia.
3rd place.
Jason has a beautiful 67 Camaro that thankfully he hasn't sold. Last year's champion, Mr. Parrish. Ran in some, I believe, ran in some mechanical problems this year, and ended up finishing 3rd.
Bacon with 3 Ks.
I believe it came down to the very last week to decide who was going to win. Ian Bacon, really, really tough competitor out there. I don't know if Ian's ever been the Super Pro champ or not, but really, really good racer out there every single week.
Super Pro champion, the newbie, Don Keekle. After coming back from a mishap at another racetrack, putting together another motor after he popped one, the guy just kept coming back and hammering rounds. Congratulations.
Husband and wife racing team of Don and Kathy. Out of Binghamton, New York area. They were regular competitors out at Skyview, and then a couple of years ago decided to make the transition to start running at Empire.
Pro for 3rd place. So we need Brandon Iamelli, Patrick Manners, Brad Perkins, and Ken Iamelli. Sounds like a bad boy.
Yeah, and I said Jason Parrish before. It was Brad Perkins. Sorry, they finished number 3. I still had Jason Parrish's Camaro on the brain, but it was Brad Perkins that finished 3rd in Super Pro and tied for 5th, I guess, in Pro. Got a whole bunch of guys up there.
Looks like a 3-way tie ended up like a 5-way tie.
The nice thing is that they're all, Jerry's nice enough to get them all trophies, so they're all going home with some pretty nice hardware, even though they all finish up tied for 5th, I guess. Ken Iamili on the far left. Brad Perkins in the very center there. Jerry Scacia obviously on the far right.
You can say Brad Perkins in the gray shirt, but most of them are wearing gray shirts.
Yeah, pretty much all gray or black, right? That's the fashion statement for 2017. It's because we all have a few extra pounds that we need to lose, and black is slimming.
Wow. Right for the jugular. It's cold. I like it.
Well, you'll see, we go back to camera, you'll see me in my checkerboard shirt. So what I do is I use optical illusions to confuse people.
Competition Cams. They've been very generous, and they've given us 3 $100 gift certificates, as well as some hats and other tchotchkes to congratulate you guys for a great season. Our first gift certificate is a $100 TCI product gift certificate from TCI Transmissions. Ticket number is, I'm bald and, or not bald, blind and old, 413148 for a $100 gift certificate to TCI.
You might get a couple extra of these that nobody's got. So pull a couple extra ones. Okay. So if nobody comes up with it. 413148. All right, moving forward. Pro, second place this year. I don't know if he's here or not. Clay Ricketson. Clay, if you're here, come on up. You, man? Sweet dude. Mr. Fuller. Halfway or quarter of the way home to a new torque converter. Congratulations. First place in Pro, Mr. Personality, John Sierra Jr.
So I believe that's 2 years in a row. Well, I guess last year he was street champion, I believe. I think he was street champion last year. Moved up to pro champion this year.
Moving on to the street
has built
class,
a new
we have a tie
truck.
for third place. Brandon Iameli and Patrick Manners.
Yeah, honestly, John Sierra Jr. with that new truck took it out to the track and immediately started winning with it. So he just brought that out in 2017. He'll be really a force probably in 2018.
413064. 413064 for a $100 gift certificate from Competition
Brandon Iameli
Cam.
in the center. I think they said it was Patrick Manners on the that had tied. So I think that's, I don't know Patrick. I think that was Patrick Manners on the far left, but I don't know Patrick, but Brandon, obviously, son of Killer Ken Iamili. Brandon and Ken are out there every single week racing.
Let me see.
Most of them, I think both of them are
There you go.
usually
Thank you
double
very
enter in
much.
pro and
Competition
super pro
Cam's
as well.
$100 product certificate.
If they're racing out at Empire, you will find Brandon and Ken out there.
Second place in street, John Sierra Jr. The street class, John Sierra took second this year.
There you go. John Sierra Jr. tried to double up this year. Came up just short in Street ET. Take home second place overall.
And your champion, Sam Capizzi Jr. Come on up, Sam. Your winner this year in Street. Congratulations.
Sam Capizzi Jr., another regular competitor out at Empire. I don't know if this is his first championship out at Empire or not. Been racing out at Empire though for quite a while. Certainly a tough competitor in Street ET for sure.
Moving on to bike and sled, your second place winner, number 2, Patrick Vaughn. Come on up, Mr. V. And your next guy here is going to be grabbing a little bit of stuff later as well. First place, bike and sled, Mr. Ron Dean. All right, while Ron's coming up, our next ticket, this is for a $100 Fast Fuel Air Spark gift certificate, one of the Competition Cams company. 413115 for a $100 certificate to Fast. 413115. Again, we want to thank Competition Cams a bunch for sending hundreds of dollars worth of certificates and tchotchkes. And Ron Dean, thank you, sir. Congratulations. Tchotchkes. I was going to skip. Go here.
You learn the word in the English.
Yeah.
And do a bunch of the drawings too, because we got a bunch.
My grandma has it defined hanging under a bunch of her tchotchkes. That's fun.
I'll bring you some.
There you go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was great.
Okay, the winners of the 5-0 Light Award in box. Don Keekle. Come on up, Don. You are the winner of the 5-0 Light Award. Don. And for the no box folks, the returning winner for the second year in a row, Clay Ricketson. Come on, Clay.
The most perfect reaction times through the course of the year?
We got some stuff from CarQuest too. Sweet. Got a jumper pack. We got a jumper box there. Ticket number 413007. 413007. He's over there waiting for you. Ricketson. Or did you already?
I don't know how many
Here, buddy.
perfect reaction times you need to have to win the award for the most number of Mr. 5-0 for the year, but
Is it harder to do one without the box?
I'm sorry?
Is it harder to do a perfect light without the box?
I believe so. I'm sure you might have people that
All right,
would
the following named young man.
argue
Here we go. The
otherwise,
following
but yes,
young man
I believe it is.
exemplifies good sportsmanship, team playing, cheerful attitude, and in general, a great racer. He is the winner of Junior Best Attitude Trophy. Please put your hands together for Matthew Vogler.
I have to say I'd be very proud of my my kid if he won this award. Obviously, you want to teach the basics of drag racing, but you also want to teach sportsmanship as well. Taking home the sportsmanship award, something that these kids should be proud of for sure.
Could be a drunk whore, but... Oh, yeah. I think everybody by now has seen Butch sitting on the top end, either with or without his green truck. When things go bad, Butch comes rolling up. If you need alcohol, here comes Butch. Well, we want to thank Butch for all the years of commitment that he's given Empire Dragway. If Butch would come on up here. And Jerry's got something for you. We want to thank you for your dedication, for your good-natured, awesome advice when everybody's ready to choke each other. I appreciate it. And he's going to be around a little bit more this year as he announces his official retirement to come work at Empire Dragway.
One of the many dedicated employees at Empire Dragway.
A staple. A staple at Empire. Been there forever.
Oh, yeah. You know, the people that do it, they generally don't do it for the money. They do it because they love the sport of drag racing. They love being out there. They love
The voice of reason.
seeing
Thanks,
their...
Butch.
I like that he's the voice of reason.
The next award, let me just put it this way. You see me on the starting line a lot. It's hot, it's sticky, it's nasty, but I get paid to be there. This kid just hangs out there because it's what he likes to do, and he is definitely our biggest fan and the best spectator the property has, Mr. Jeff Schillinger, excuse me. Come on up, Jeff. We got an award for you. You put in more hard hours in the hot than any of the employees do.
Very nice. Jeff is
Thanks,
out
Jeff.
on the track, spectating just about every week. They built a very nice ramp for him so that he can see. No reason to go out there other than to watch because he loves it out there, and very nice.
While Jeff is
nice of the
getting
track
his
to
photograph
recognize
taken,
him.
we are going to announce the 2017 World Bracket Finals team. You ready? Brooke Adams, Ian Bacon, Andy Bean, Mike Buhan, Frank Cartona, John Sierra Jr., Holly Church, Pete Dagnolo, Tom and Tim Fletcher, Kevin Fuller, Sean Fuller, Zoe Fuller, Ben Haight, Matt Himes. We're not even halfway. Brody Heinrich, Dan Heinrich, Rick Horton, Brandon Iamelli, Ken Iamelli, Don and Kathy Kiekel, Patrick Manners, Paige Montgomery, Brian Moore, Michael and Rick Ott, Bob Parrish, Jason Parrish, Brad Perkins, Mike Reed, Tom Reed, Clay Ricketson, Tyler Rudolph, Billy Ryan, Kevin Samard, Alyssa Smike, Mark Talmadge, Jeff Thacker Jr., Patrick Vaughn, Alana Vogler, Anthony Vogler, Matthew Vogler, and Zoe Fuller. Our alternates were Stephanie Buhan and Ron Eason, who we are really happy to see here tonight, Ron. It's good to see you walking around, man. Seriously. That was a scary night, bro. It's good to see you. Oh, we need the whole, yeah, we need the group. All you guys from the bracket finals team, if you would please come up.
So they're going to get the whole 2017 bracket finals team up for a team picture. I'm sure they took one while they were at the track. I'm not sure how they finished in 2017, honestly, but they represent the track. So they essentially each track, I don't know what IHRA is going to do in 2018. I guess I would assume, since their bracket program really hasn't changed from that standpoint, that it'll be the same, but essentially each track in the sanctioning body from each division puts together a team, and then that team goes and competes against all the other teams in the area, and you basically count points, and you win or lose as a team at the end of the weekend.
A number of those events happen through the course of the year, where you have litany of drivers that are comprising a team, and they score points and racing in a particular event among multiple divisions.
There are, but there's only one, so let's call it there's one in NHRA, there's one in IHRA, and again, that's per division. So in NHRA is Division 1 teams, all the tracks from the various teams compete against each other. They don't go and compete against Division 3 and Division 2, etc. Same for IHRA, that's a separate team from the NHRA team. And then you have, in addition to that, in 2017 was the first time that we had a state championship, which was kind of an independent event, and you had each state had a team of, I want to say, 8 drivers that was put together, and I want to say it was like one super gas guy, one super comp guy, one top bulb, one bottom bulb, and they all went and raced. And I honestly am not 100% certain who the state champion was, the overall state champion. In addition, NHRA has their JEGS All-Star event, where they take the individual, it's not quite the division champions, but let's, for the sake of simplicity, make it the division champions, and then they all race off once a year to see who's going to be the JEGS All-Star champion for the year. NHRA actually just announced that changing the way that the points were accrued for that. It used to be starts at the end of the year, rolls over to the following year,
Jerry and Clara,
and it's every single race. Now for 2018, they're going to make it so that you get a couple of drops, and they're going to make it
the
so that it's
championship that they brought home. Congratulations, guys, and we're really proud of you. That was a heck of an accomplishment, especially you guys in the junior dragsters. From what I hear, you definitely saved the bacon. No pun intended.
Brought home the championship.
It looks that way. Looks like Empire was the 2017 champion. They present multiple awards.
At the event, John Cera Jr. was first place in no box. Patrick Vaughn took second place in no box. Don Keekle first place in box, and Brad Perkins came in second in box.
Wow.
That,
1 and 2 a couple times. Helps out the points a lot.
That helps out big time, yep.
Clara? Hey, Clara.
Pretty easy to see why they took home the team championship with those kind of finishes.
You know, just between us, why didn't we hear more about this?
That's a good question. That's a good question. I mean, I know that Empire certainly had it on their website. And
all right, while we're doing that, we're gonna now basically there's a whole bunch of stuff on the table over there. Kind of on your honor, grab one item if your ticket is called, because we will humiliate you if we find out that you are stealing something so cheap.
Unfortunately, just like anything, bracket racers don't get
413
their due very often.
413 144.
It'll probably change now for 2018 again, now that IHRA has taken their program and made it so that they're going to concentrate on bracket racing and not so much on the class racing. But yeah, in years past, it was the individual classes, you know, super rod, hot rod, super stock, etc., top sportsman, top dragster. It was those guys that got a little bit more acclaim, accolades than
Patrick Vaughn,
the bracket
Don
racers
Keekle,
did.
and Brad Perkins up with Jerry over there. He got that crew cut touched up Wednesday. Because I called him, he was in the barber chair. Brad doesn't need a barber. Brad uses the stuff his girlfriend uses to keep her legs smooth.
Wow, shots fired.
Shots fired indeed.
No, nothing. I'm not saying your head is no prep. Okay, we got another ticket. Ticket, 413-255. 413-255. About 413-160. 413-160. Definitely want to thank Dorothy Lingle for her continued support with the bracket finals team. Without her, it would be a whole more brutal. So if you could come on up, Dorothy, really, that'd be great. Dorothy, if you could come on up. She's back there counting them 50-50 tickets. And if I could get John Sierra Jr. and Kathy Keekle to come on up. Hey, John Sierra Jr.
All right, everybody hear me? All right. This thing come out of here? Boom. All right. If anybody doesn't realize this, our track won the bracket finals this year. Everyone give yourselves a hand. I've been to 17 of them since my 16 years of age. I don't know how many you've been to. I don't know if anybody else here has ever won one, but I haven't. You won it as a person, not as an overall track. It's very hard to win the bracket finals as a team. And I don't know if anybody, we've never been able to really fill a hole. I mean, we have, but we've just never really done well any track I've ever raced at until this year. Patrick Vaughn won the bike class. Everybody give Patrick a hand. I was able to get to the semis, but you know, in sports we have what we call MVPs, where, you know, every sport, everyone has the most valuable player. You give it to a person or a group that stood out. Well, this year, it was our junior dragsters. Without them, none of this is possible. So I got with Miss Kathy, and we had you guys make t-shirts and MVP trophies. So, I don't have a list of names, but anybody that, I mean, Paige, Brooke, Little Voglers, Thacker, I don't think he's here, but basically everybody, Paige, everyone was on the team. Go see Carson and Clara. They have your trophies and your t-shirts. So well, that's about it. Hopefully next year we can defend, and most importantly, we booted Pittsburgh out of their favorite spots.
All right, let's pop off a couple of tickets again real quick.
Appropriately, they are very proud of their accomplishment, as they should be.
That was nice of the other members of the team to recognize the efforts of the junior dragsters, because while the other guys were going 1 and 2,
413-287.
it still did come down.
So
a large chunk of that
257
effort was carried by the junior
287.
dragsters.
That's right.
And Mr. Jason Oldfield, if you would stop on over, buddy.
I just called you. You're up.
It's like I'm on the podcast, man.
Western New York Super Rod Association Awards coming up.
You'll still
don't
be
have to
on the
wear that up there.
podcast. You'll just be over here.
Yeah. Don't forget your notes. Speak clearly. Stand up straight. So Jason heading up to the podium while our junior
And
dragsters
the Western New York Super Gas, the
are being
990 series
recognized.
has been fantastic as the number of participants grows event to event. And some of the lights are, just the packages that I'm seeing over there are national event level. It's some pretty crazy racing, so thank you.
All right, thank you very much, everybody. As Pat said, we have some pretty good competitors overall in the Western New York Super Auto Association. This was our 4th year doing this over at Empire. We're going to be doing it again in 2018. You know, it's really unbelievable the overall level of competition, and I'm really happy that we were able to come here to the Empire Banquet and kind of celebrate our winners for 2017. In 5th place, and I don't have awards unfortunately for 5th and 4th, but I at least want to recognize them. In 5th place, longtime competitor in Western Super Auto Association. I don't know that he's ever missed a race with us. We joke on a weekly basis who's going to go farther. The two of us seem like we're always well, the first runner-up, if you will. But Kirk Perry finished in number 5 points position. Kirk, thank you for standing up. I appreciate it. He parlayed a runner-up finish at the very last race of the season to pass me and finish in the number 5 spot. So congratulations, Kirk. Number 4. Again, a guy that's had a lot of success overall, not just in our series, but traveling as well. John Pelicane, he was the 2015 NHRA Division I Super Gas champion, finished number 3 in the world in NHRA Super Gas competition, and he finished in 4th spot. John can't be here tonight, but again, just another great job by John. Now we'll get to presenting the awards. In 3rd place, it was, some of you may know already, John's father-in-law, a guy that I grew up really watching out at the track, Tommy Allen. He really is what I would consider a local legend. Again, grew up watching him out at Lancaster. He's been doing this a long, long time, and he's just as good today, if not better today, of a competitor that he was when I grew up watching him. I have to say that I raced Tommy more times than I would like to admit in 2017, and came up on the short end of the stick, I think, just about every single time. He ended up with, I believe, a runner-up and a quarterfinal or a semifinal finish to end up number 3. So, Tommy, if you could come up and get your awards.
Jason recognizing 4th place overall in the Western New York Super Ride Association final point standings for 2017. He had a whole pile of stuff to hand out over there. He had t-shirts, he had can koozies, he had pocket screwdrivers, all from Banner Engineering. And of course,
okay.
Super Ride Association t-shirts.
Number 2 in 2017. He was our 2015 champion, and I guess before I introduce him, I got a short story to tell. So it came down, the number points positions 2 through 5 was very, very close. It was separated by less than a round of competition for positions 2 through 5. Positions 3 through 5 were actually only separated by 3 points. So this guy going into the final weekend had the chance to take home the championship again, and pulled me aside before the race and said, you know, I really hope that Harry Phelps wins the championship, because we didn't have a banquet last year and he felt really bad that Harry didn't get recognized. Well, this guy got his wish. He finished in the number 2 position, the runner-up, and just an overall great guy. I don't know if he's going to say any words or not. He might go on a little bit if he decides to. But Lance Pinto, can you come up here and accept your award as maybe Sportsman of the Year?
So here we see Lance Pinto accepting runner-up honors from Jason Oldfield. Looks like Lance might have a couple words, perhaps. Or he's also just being recognized with a few more honors off of that very full table.
Certainly last and definitely not least, our 2017 champion. He's, I will say, I don't know how many of you know Harry Phelps. He's, I mentioned to Chris, my podcast cohort over there earlier, that Harry's the guy that walks softly and carries a very big stick out at the racetrack. He put his Pinto together, I think it was in maybe 2015, and basically worked some of the bugs out in 2015, and since that time he's basically been a force to be reckoned with out in the West New York Super Auto Association. Again, he was our champion in 2016, came back in 2017, and in 4 events took 3 runners-up and finished the last event with a win to seal the championship. Just a super great guy and a really, really tough competitor. I've told many competitors in the West New York Super Auto Association that the biggest thing with Harry is he's not an easy out. He's never going to give you one of those easy races where he's late on the tree or way off the dial. You're going to be on your game if you're going to try and beat Harry. So, Harry, 2017 champion, come on up.
Okay, real quick, while we're getting the photo taken, some more ticket numbers. 413131, ending in 131. 413249, so ending in 249. 413282, so it's 282, 249, and 131.
Just very quickly, I want to take a quick moment and thank Jerry, Clara, Pat, and the entire staff at Empire Dragway. They've been a real pleasure to work with. We're very, very lucky, obviously. You know, this week it was announced that Englishtown is no longer going to be, doing drag races on a weekly basis, a legendary track like that. And we have just the opposite in our backyard with a track that's getting money put into it, and it's just really great. So I'd like to have everyone give Jerry and Clara Pat a round of applause. And just need to thank our sponsors real quick. Tread City Tire and Wheel, couldn't do this without them. Life Storage, obviously they're backer of the track. They help us out a lot as well. You have Banner Engineering, who I work for, and thankfully they help us a lot with the West New York Super Auto Association, the event that we do there every year. Dan Marie Construction and Dan the Sign Man. I don't know if you saw the custom award that Harry got. That's one of the things that he does for us. He does a lot for us. So thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Okay, 2 things that have to do with the 470 class. First off, we really want to thank Amy and Bobby for taking the time to keep the class strong, keep sending the message out there, and more importantly, to keep bringing it to Empire Dragway. That means an awful lot to us. We know that this year's champion, Andy Gregory, is not here tonight. So on his behalf, we're going to ask Bob and Amy both to come on up and accept his award, and just some appreciation from all of us for what you do. (413-019), 413-019, 017, and 413163. 413-163-017 and 019. There you go, Rockstar. Pretty much, I think we're still going to have stuff left over. All right. How about the folks from Moms? Can we have the wonderful Mustang on Mustang folks come up? Been making our Friday nights worthwhile for, I think, 28 years, I think it's been. Something crazy like that. And here comes Mom Meyer. I spent a little bit of time with her son Jamie at the PRI show, and it's safe to say that these guys are still very, very passionate about Mustang drag racing, and it's going to be a good year.
Did I ticket anything, Pat?
I think there might be some changes coming to the Moms Racing Series in 2018.
Yeah, they sort of alluded to that a little bit.
They did allude to it. I don't know any details behind it.
Okay, I too would like to thank Jerry and Claire for all their...
This is the podcast. I'm sorry. This is
Okay.
There we go. Just getting acclimated to the press conference type atmosphere up there.
All right, from Moms Racing, thank you to Jerry and Claire and Pat for all the work they do for us. I have a little statement here I'd like to make, okay? Long before Big Chief murdered Nova and Daddy Dave were household names, Moms Racing was offering street racers a home at Empire Dragway. Founded in 1994, for over 25 years, Moms was the first pro-tree event in New York State, and is the longest running street racing organization in the world. Over recent years, we have realized that street racing is evolving, and in 2018, Moms Racing is evolving also.
Oh, wow.
In 2018, Moms Racing will have a new set of rules and a completely elevated level of intensity. Tonight, we are going to celebrate some of the greatest champions that Moms has ever seen. I'd like to call Moms Racing staff up. These are people who have volunteered for many years and has kept the program going. I don't know why I'm nervous. I'm not afraid of anybody. Yeah. Okay, first one up I'd like is Scott Verkey. He is Mom's tech director. He has been working with us for 18 years. Scott, please come up there. Then we have Lori Verkey, who kind of married in, stay up here, honey, please. Kind of married into the program. She's our 50-50 gal, and any other project we want to put her into, she very willingly helps us. Lori, come up, please. She's here?
Yes, coming.
Okay. Then we have Rob Chandler. He's Mom's rules and points person. He's been with Moms for 22 years. Rob, please come up there. Then Doug Beers is Mom's digital expert and consultant. He's been with us for 13 years. Doug? And here on my right is Melanie Gallo, who is Mom's Racing Race Director. Been with us for 18 years. I just want to say thank you very much to these people. Without them, Moms would not be going. They're the ones who do all the work because I've gotten where I can't do it. At 80, I can't do it. So, anyway, thank you, folks. Love you to pieces, and you know it. Okay, then I would be remiss if I did not recognize our sponsor, Doug Vanstrom from Vanstrom Performance.
Doug's a long-time Mustang racer, been involved with the Mom Series
Thank
for
you,
quite a
Doug.
while,
We
has
love
one of
you
the
too, dear.
fastest Mustangs out this way for sure.
Thank you, dear. Would you like to talk a little?
Which is
no.
so impressive. These series continue to operate as long as they do.
Okay,
They've only
now
got
we
one
get to our
sponsor, two
champions,
sponsors, all of them.
Mom's 2017 champions. First off, we have our street champion, who is Jeff Hausman. Jeff, this is your opportunity. You want to say a few words?
Jeff might speak.
I'd like to thank everybody with Moms and everybody with Empire Dragway for making us a solid season for the last 25 years. Thank you very much.
All right, next is our street limited champion for 2017, and that would be David Beaton. David, please come up. Okay. Hang in there. Logistic-wise, it's not the greatest.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, David. Do you want to say a few words? No? A little shy too? Me too.
Picture though.
Yeah. Okay, our 2017 Street Extreme Champion is Aaron Close. Aaron, please. And certainly, Aaron, you must have a few words, huh?
No, I can't.
Okay, congratulations, dear. And our 2017 Naturally Aspirated Champion is Paul Clark.
Thanks, Mom.
You want an opportunity to say?
Sure.
I just want to thank Jerry and Mom. Mom is, my two grandchildren were visiting from Kentucky, helping me on my pit crew of 5 and 7. And Mom, this is the kind of woman she is. She made sure she went over to the tower and had them announce both of their names and welcome them. And that's what makes this community and the racetrack, Mom's Racing, what it is today. Jerry, thank you for your commitment, and we love it at Mom's, and let's keep it going. Okay, thanks.
All right. Thank you, Bob. Our 2017 Power Adder Champion, Ken Grover. Ken?
28 years, I think they said they've been doing the Mom Series. It's a long time.
Congratulations, Ken.
Mom's 80 years old, she said.
Ken, want an opportunity? No? All right, and our grand champion for 2017, Dick Liuzzi.
Mom's typically runs out at Empire on Friday nights.
Certainly, Dick, you have some words to say, don't you, dear? Okay. And there you have it, folks. Mom's Racing staff and Mom's champions for 2017. Thank you. What do you say?
Mom can't leave.
Oh, Mom can't leave.
I get the mic though, so we're going to switch
Well,
spots.
I'm trying to get rid of it.
As we shuffle Mom Meyer around, if you could head over toward Jerry, we also want to thank you for your dedication to racing in Western and Central New York for all the years that you've been around and the years that you've been behind the Mom's Racing movement. Thank you very much. They don't come any sweeter than Ms. Meyer, trust me. Got a couple more tickets while we're taking pictures and we're doing that kind of thing.
Simply conjecture on my part. I have a feeling that Mom stands for Mustang on Mustang Racing. I have a feeling that Moms may be expanding the classes to allow other brands to race with them in 2018, but that's just my shot in the dark, if you will.
Speculation at this point.
That's all it is.
We had a couple things that were sort of hinted to us when we were trying to get them on the show about a month ago, and they wanted to wait till they had all that stuff finalized.
Right.
And it seems like that might be coming to more of a reality here.
I'm just guessing because of the fact that, as they mentioned, that you know, they've been doing it for quite some time, and I think they've seen the popularity of the street style, no prep racing really explode over the last couple of years. So
longest running street racing organization for the longest running street racing organization concurrently in the United States, which is an impressive accomplishment in and of itself.
Yeah, and I think what they see is, I think they see that the fact that, again, that there's a great opportunity to expand their overall program, and by allowing some of the other brands. But again, I can't say that that's exactly what they're doing, but it'll be interesting to see what it is, how the rules are changing in 2018. I don't know if they've announced it on their website yet.
Roger Caballero, consistent performance winner. Now that leaves us to one more award.
This must be the Grand Champion Award, I believe.
All right, one more award. Let's see, I'm just teasing Brad. We had a guy that won a championship in his class and then had a pretty unlikely combination. He took all the way to the track championship. If Ron Dean could come on up, our Grand National Champion here at Empire Dragway. We're getting your stuff together for you, Ron, after long season, hooked himself up with the cars, and laid low down there on his skis and took everybody out and took home the Grand Championship this year. Guy standing next to me won a Grand Championship once. Twice.
Skis, meaning Ron Dean was racing a snowmobile.
Just kidding there, Smoke. Here,
that's cold.
That's how we work together during the week. I'm done. Well, you gotta win something. What do you announce it?
I'm not announcing anything.
What do we got here? We got 75 numbers.
Now, I guess at least for now, Ron Dean is going to go down as the last bike and sled champion at Empire, because in 2018 they are going to be mixed in with the cars.
And who wins the pass? Jerry's got to drive.
But obviously he's shown that they can be just as competitive taking home the Grand Championship at the track.
If you've got your 50-50 ticket, it's 076688. 50-50, 076688. And we've got another biggie here that Jerry is going to pull. We want to thank CarQuest as we wrap things up as well. CarQuest has a hat we just gave away.
Ron taking home his, looks to be at least 4-foot tall trophy that Ron has.
Number in just a moment.
It's a pretty nice piece of hardware.
There. Well, hold that first, because I said you're about to call it.
All right, Jerry's going to draw the grand, what do you call it? The season ticket, season pass. So the season pass deal. Who do we got? Mike Johnston has a season pass. So Mike Johnston. He's a guy named here, and a guy that probably won't use it, but hey, he's got it. Okay, here are the, what are these things here, Brad? These 10 numbers? Raffles in the back. Okay, you ready? Number 1, 349-746. Number 2, 349-703. Number 3, 350-118. Number 4, 350-329. Number 5, 349-640. Number 6, 350-236. Number 7,
Well, wrapping up everything here in terms of official awards. Looks like we've recognized all of our champions through the course of the afternoon. The final prizes being pulled now are 50-50 drawings and door prizes, things of that nature. getting a season pass, that's not an awful award, is it?
No, that's a pretty nice award, actually.
It's not one when you win that you cringe a little bit. That was outstanding. I think the big news as we walk away from tonight is what's new with moms. They sort of teased us a little bit. They gave us the information that there was changes, but they didn't tell us yet what the changes are.
That's right. Yep. Yeah. They haven't. Again, they haven't told us, or at least they didn't announce it at the banquet here. That doesn't necessarily mean that they haven't announced it to all of their competitors. They may know, but yeah, we'll have to do a little bit of research to see if we can figure out maybe what those changes are, if they have indeed announced them. I think for the most part, though, other than that, and obviously the big announcement at Empire being that they're now going to be moving to the 8th mile program, it sounds like most of the other things at Empire are going to be staying pretty much status quo. I don't think they changed the opening times or anything like that. Again, I guess another fairly large change is the fact that the bike and sled program is now going to be mixed in with the cars. I don't know for sure where they're going to run. I guess it's going to depend upon what the dial-in is. If you're fast enough, I guess you're going to run Super Pro, and if you're not, then you're going to go into Pro.
So you're matching. You're putting cars on the track at the same time as the sleds.
Yes.
That's a brave move. You got to really want to race a sled.
Well, and the amazing thing is that a lot of the sleds are actually pretty darn quick.
I'm not questioning whether they're fast or not. I'm questioning failures.
Well, here's the thing that's going to be tough for the cars, right? So you're in a car and you're being chased by a sled. They're going to be hard to see.
Very hard to see.
They're going to be hard to see for sure.
And it's that closing speed game is where it's at.
Oh, absolutely.
If you can come from behind, it's way easier than trying to lead.
Oh, yeah. Yep. It's been a long time since I drag raced sleds one day. Maybe back in the day. Did okay on them at the time. And the sled that I raced was owned by John McGowan, and that sled went 6:30s in the 8th, which is just about as fast as my race car goes.
Wow.
So
now, they have all the same electronics in terms of launches and things like that?
At the time that I raced, the answer was no. I don't know how the technology has evolved over the course of the last, it's been 15, 20 years, I guess I would say.
It seems like they would be so much faster off the line. Their acceleration rate has got to be different because it's so much lighter, just strictly acceleration.
Yeah, that's the one thing, actually, that they're not. This
is an award that John Fox and I decided to get together for a hospitality award. And I'm sure there are many people here that probably have deserved this type of award. This year, this thing is going to go to a friend of ours. And listen, I hope that this is something that you guys will look forward to and maybe do yourself next year. Anybody can do this. But Pops and I decided to award this hospitality award to Jeff Cottrell for being there for all of us, whenever we needed him. So Jeff, come up and get this award.
So new award for 2017, the Hospitality Award, won by Jeff Cottrell.
One last little bit of business as we wrap things up here. We got some jackets, folks. Some championship jackets. Matt Vogler, come on up, Matthew. We've got your jacket for you. Not just a trophy, but a jacket too. I guess we could have done them at the same time, but we're not that organized. After all, they hired me. Think about that.
So once again, wrapping things up, all of our champions getting their jackets now. We've already run through who our grand champion and class champions are at this point. That's our junior B champion that just picked up his jacket.
The junior A champion, Paige Montgomery.
Paige Montgomery next.
Paige probably has a closet full of
she's
jackets.
got a couple of them, doesn't she?
Let me see. I have. Oh, yeah, I don't have any. Never mind.
It's a good problem to have. It's like, which champion jacket am I going to wear today? You know?
Right.
Champion,
Jr.
Sam Capizzi Jr.
I got a chance to look at the jackets up close prior to everything starting. A nice looking jacket for sure. Maybe something that the Western New York Super Yacht Association should do for 2018.
Cue shameless plug. Oh wait, you beat me to it.
Yes. I'm just making myself feel guilty about not doing this for the 2008,
Perfect.
2017 and prior champions.
What about the 2016 champions?
John Sierra's got a couple of jackets.
Do you think John Sierra has a racing Detroit Tigers hat and a dress-up Detroit Tigers hat?
That's a good question.
Because I've never seen him without one.
He is definitely a Tigers fan for sure.
All right, Don Kinkle, come on up. Mr. Super Pro champion Don Kinkle. Now here's the kicker. You're going to have to wear this thing everywhere in Bennington. You got to throw our colors. So everybody knows where to come now. This guy, he's not so.
That is a haul to go from Binghamton to Empire every week.
I'm guessing probably going across 17 and up 390 to get to the track. I'm guessing he only gets one jacket as grand champion.
All right, I got to get the move from Jerry to make sure we're actually done and we can turn you loose to the bar.
Okay, so, oh shoot, I had that volume turned way down.
Honest to God, he was the wedding photographer at my wedding a couple months ago, and he did a great job. If anybody's getting hitched,
Sorry about that. Turned the volume down on that main microphone up there, and I never turned it back up before we did those jacket recognitions. Yeah, but they're doing some banners and stuff to give away. So we kind of already recapped our takeaways from the 2017 year-end banquet for Empire Dragway. Moms is the big focus right now. The big change down to 8th mile. Seems like everybody has taken that in stride. Nobody's really had a whole lot of discourse or conflict on that topic. So, you know, from here on out, it's full steam ahead.
Yeah. Say, I don't think that anybody really that races out at Empire on a weekly basis really has much issue with the switch to 8th mile. I have to say that you know, the Western New York Super Yacht Association probably is the one group that is probably most affected by it, because we were exclusively generally running quarter mile previously,
right.
And yeah, we're going to make the switch at least on Saturdays to 8th mile as well, and hopefully we can continue to run quarter mile on Sundays. And I think that's what Jerry's overall plan is, that he's still going to host quarter mile races occasionally, but really focus mostly on the 8th mile. As you know, this area really has shown that it has the most interest in the 8th mile. And
well, I'm double checking what we're getting through our microphones, and the music playing in the background is our cue to get out.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
Because YouTube will shut us down if they hear Garth Brooks play. So, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate you tuning in and hanging out with us for the course of this evening here at the Empire Dragway Banquet, here from the wonderful, the beautiful Genesee River Restaurant and Reception Center in Mount Morris. We'll see everybody next time. Thanks a lot.